Okay, so I'm back with another update video, and this one is a doozy. This is no doubt going to be the longest, most in-depth of all of the update videos because we're going to do something really cool. And I think that this video in and of itself is going to be a tremendous educational experience for you. I think that this is going to give you a tremendous eye opener as it relates to marketing and your messaging and strategy and copy and a whole bunch of just tremendous things. And so what we're doing in this video is we're going to break down sentence by sentence, and even in some cases word by word, the script from A to Z for the customer captivation offer. And so between the last video, the last update video, and this update video, I've gone through and I created the rough draft for the customer captivation offer video, and then I went back and I edited it. So I am 99% sure that this is going to be the final script. If there are any changes, they will be minute changes, and if there are changes, I'll be sure to point those out to you in the next update video. But for now, what we're going to look at here is we're going to look at the script. And so you can see right off the bat that this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 pages is the script. Now, and I'm going to include this. I'll include it for you with this video. But what you're going to find is you are going to find, and this is right out of module 4. This is lesson 2 in module 4. You're going to see how I follow this pattern. You'll see how I open up the script with the hook, the promise, and go through. The only step that I don't go into in this particular video is presenting credentials, and that's because I don't have any credentials in this case, right? So this was, again, this whole fitness competitor topic we chose, or all the six-figure funnel formula training clients chose this, and so normally, right, I wouldn't be working on a script that I've got 0 credentials or the face of the company has 0 credentials, because this is key. But this is the only thing that you will see, and I'm going to point this out to you when we go through the script, that I didn't cover. Other than that, you'll see that you'll see how it goes if you print this out while you go through the script, and you're going to get a copy of the script to really look at. You'll see how it follows this exact pattern. The other thing is that you'll find that the stuff that was covered in the prior update video that was included in this mind map, you'll see, and I'll point it out to you, how it made its way into the script. So when, you'll see damaging admission or reason for response now or objections, you'll see all of these things throughout this video script. And so just keep that in mind as we go through this. And so let's jump in and get started. The first paragraph or the first sentence, it starts off like this. If you're serious about getting into contest condition for an upcoming figure or fitness competition, then this video presentation may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch. So right off the bat, the thing that I want you to understand is that I use this very first sentence to call out to exactly who it is that I'm talking to. So you could see, right, if you're serious about getting into contest condition for an upcoming figure or fitness competition, that's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to those individuals. The other thing is that through research, I came to find that there is a difference between a figure competition and a fitness competition. And so that's why I wanted to include both in here, that if you're getting ready for, a figure competition or a fitness competition, right, this is for you. The other thing is, I didn't just say if you're getting ready for an upcoming figure or fitness competition. I said if you're serious about getting into contest condition. And so what this does is it starts to plant the seed right off the bat, right from the very first sentence, that what this is about is getting into contest condition, and it's for serious competitors, right? It's for serious individuals. The other thing that I really want you to notice is you'll see that this is a typical if-then statement that is often used in copy, right? So if this, then this, right? And legendary copywriter Gary Halbert used this as this was probably the most common opening sentence to his sales letters, the if-then. If you want this, if you meet this category, you fall into this category, then this. The other thing that I want you to notice in this first sentence is the use of the word may. So I said, if you're serious about getting into contest condition for an upcoming figure or fitness competition, then this video presentation may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch. I didn't just say, then this video presentation will be the most, or this presentation is the most important fitness video you ever watch, because I don't feel that early on in the VSL that you can make such a tremendous claim, such a big, bold, in-your-face claim, right? And so I soften it, and you'll see that I do this frequently. I do this both in VSL scripts as well as emails. I soften it up a bit with words like may and might. It still gets the message across, right? Then this video presentation may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch. And because I include it may just be, not that it is, but it may just be, it makes it believable because it softens it just a bit. And frequently, like I'll do this in email with email copy where, if I might, instead of saying, you want to watch this right away, I say you might want to watch this right away, right? So make a scarcity claim, make a scarcity ploy, let's say in an email, like it's disappearing at midnight, so you might want to give serious consideration to going and grabbing it now. It just has a different feel than saying, so you want to go grab it right now. The so you want to go grab it right now, or so you want to go do it right now, or this is the most important fitness video you ever watch. It just smells of, aggressive advertising, where this softens it up a bit. And then finally, in this particular sentence, I want you to notice the use of the word presentation. So I didn't just say then this video may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch. I said presentation because this gives it more of an educational feel, right? And as you know, from going through the six-figure funnel formula program, that this video needs to have the feel of education, right? That it's we promised them a piece of information on the traffic captivation page, and now we're starting off by giving them an education. And so the use of the word presentation. Now, and then the very next paragraph is, right, because in the next few minutes you're going to hear about a unique metabolic stimulation system. Now, so I want you to understand this. So this sentence is now giving justification for why this may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch, right? It's saying if you're serious about getting into contest condition for an upcoming figure or fitness competition, then this video presentation may just be the most important fitness video you ever watch, because in the next few minutes you're going to hear about blah, blah, blah. And so this is kind of justifying this. It's saying that it's almost, in essence, acting as a proof point. Right? So I make this big claim that this might just be the most important fitness video you ever watch. And here's why, right? Reason why. The other thing is that the use of the word because is one of the most powerful words that you can use in copy when it comes to offering proof. If you say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread because, what you say after the word because, even if it's even if it's a simple statement, even if it's just, the same thing that anybody else could say, it serves as a proof point. The use of the word because in your copy is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your copy. And so in this way, I start the sentence off with the word because, and which now introduces the rest of what I say as proof to back up this statement right here. Now, the other thing that I say is because in the next few minutes. So I say in the next few minutes rather than because in this video you're going to hear about blah, blah, blah. I could also have just said because you're going to hear about a unique. I didn't have to say in the next few minutes. But by saying in the next few minutes, this conveys speed of benefit to the viewer. Speed of benefit, speed of getting to the content, right? I want them to know that, like, this isn't an all-day affair. This isn't a 3-hour video, an hour video. This, like, look, you're going to get the benefits. You're going to reap the rewards in the next few minutes. And so I say, it's maybe the most important fitness video you ever watch, because in the next few minutes you're going to hear about a unique metabolic stimulation system used by a handful of the top fitness competitors in the world that allows them to consistently reach body fat levels as low as 8 and 9% while achieving beautiful levels of definition and tone and the feminine shape and size the fitness and figure judges love to see. So right off the bat, we start with a big hook, right? So this is what we would call, this section is the hook. And the big gist of the hook, like the big, element of the hook or the unique mechanism of the hook is this metabolic stimulation system, right? So I'm introducing a phrase that is really proprietary to us, right? I talked about that in, I think it was the very first update video. Like, I didn't say you're going to hear about a method, a pre-contest dieting method. I said something different from what the typical pre-contest diet folks talk about, right? So what you're going to hear about is a unique metabolic stimulation system. So right off the bat, this is different, right? It's different from what they typically hear, different from what people are talked about, and this is, it's also piquing curiosity. And then I say, used by a handful of the top fitness competitors in the world, right? Now, I want you to understand, and you'll see where this, how this ties in. What I'm talking about up here is the methodology that I'm going to introduce. I'm not talking about our product that we're creating because, right, this is brand new. Nobody's used it yet. So what I'm talking about is, let me do this. Let me show you this. Is over here where I say introduce the mechanism. Right? And you'll see how I do this. Introduce the mechanism. This mechanism is not the solution. You can see how it says introduce your mechanism and then later on introduce your solution. This is where we introduce your product, and you'll see how I do this in a second. This is where we introduce the mechanism that this product is based on. So in our case, the mechanism is metabolic stimulation. And then our product teaches how to use metabolic stimulation, and you'll see exactly how I do that in just a second. But I want you to understand what I'm talking about here when I say, like, the concept of metabolic stimulation is what's used by fitness competitors, right? Because the truth be told is this concept of metabolic stimulation is really a way of feeding the body so that it stimulates the metabolism, and in the process it increases the amount of calories and fat that the body burns while it maintains muscle, builds new muscle. And so it's a method and approach that fitness competitors use, but we're repositioning it, we're rebranding it, we're renaming it in the minds of prospects to reposition it as something different, right? So Unique metabolic stimulation system used by a handful of the top fitness competitors in the world that allows them to consistently reach body fat levels as low as 8 and 9%. Now, so you understand, this information was based on research, right? Like research of what women are constantly told they need to get down to in order to compete successfully. So it allows them to consistently reach body fat levels as low as 8 and 9%, and then while achieving beautiful levels of definition and tone and the feminine shape and size the fitness and figure judges love to see. So a couple things going on here. Number one, this addresses a concern that a lot of women have over getting too manly looking, right? Or too muscular where it's no longer feminine. And so I focus on, look, you're getting down low in body fat, right? But while also achieving beautiful levels of definition and tone. And you can see how this phrase right here is very feminine, right? So I didn't say while achieving great levels I didn't say getting ripped or getting cut up or getting shredded, like terms that are typically associated with bodybuilding. I said, beautiful levels of definition and tone. And I just came right out and said, right, and the feminine shape and size the fitness and figure judges love to see, right? And so it's something that the judges love to see. This is addressing kind of a concern, feminine shape, feminine size, like making sure that they know that this is specifically designed for women and it addresses what they need, getting down to 8, 9%, yet it maintains what it is that they want to maintain in a way that this is something that implies that they're going to be successful at their competition with this approach. And so this is the hook, right? And so if we go back and we look, that's really the hook, right? And so this first sentence is really just like a get them excited, right? Like kind of start to bring them in, get them excited. This next paragraph is the hook. This next paragraph is the promise, the big promise. By the end of this little presentation, the word little conveying that, right? Like I use the word little on purpose. I didn't say by the end of this presentation. I said little presentation to convey speed. Presentation, again, conveying that it's educational. You'll understand how to put this same metabolic system to work for your body so it cranks up your body's hourly calorie burn so your body also sheds fat daily, getting you pro-level lean and into winning contest shape in under 77 days guaranteed. That is, right there, the big promise. The hook and then the big promise. So, and I want you to notice a couple things here. Number one, I want you to notice how this is worded. It says how to put this same metabolic system to work for your body. Like I didn't say you'll understand how to use the same metabolic system because that conveys that it's work for the prospect. I said you'll understand how to put this metabolic system to work for your body, how to just put it to work. Right? Put this same metabolic system to work. So in essence, what we're saying is the metabolic system is doing the work, right? And if you look, you could see we're going to put this metabolic system to work for your body. So what? It cranks up your body's hourly calorie burn. What is it referring to? It's referring to the metabolic system, subconsciously conveying to prospects that it's the metabolic system that is actually doing the work. And what's the work that it's doing? It's cranking up their body's hourly calorie burn, right? Which is kind of like the feature, if you want, right? It cranks up your body's hourly calorie burn. This is the advantage right here now. So your body also sheds fat daily, right? And then the ultimate payoff, getting you lean, which is the benefit. So it's, kind of feature of this metabolic system. Remember, I talked to you about feature, advantage, benefit. Feature, cranks up your body's hourly calorie burn. The advantage, so your body also sheds fat daily, right? And then the benefit, getting you pro-level lean and into winning contest shape in under 77 days. And so specific, right? Like it's there's specificity in here, but just notice how it places the onus of work on the metabolic system. The metabolic system cranks up your body's hourly calorie burn. And sheds fat daily, right? That's pluralizing of the verb. It's not crank up your body's hourly calorie burn and shed fat daily. It cranks up your body's hourly calorie burns, and so your body also sheds fat, right? Not you shedding fat, your body's shedding fat because of what the metabolic system is doing. And so um, very important there. Now, the next paragraph says, and because the system you're about to hear about is not just another ordinary diet or contest prep meal plan, it works to shed fat fast, regardless of whether you have any prior competitive experience, regardless of how long you've been training, and regardless of any prior struggles you may have had getting super lean. So, what this is doing is overcoming objections. And so number one, because, the word because, the system you're about to hear about, not you're going to hear about later on, but you're about to. That conveys again that it's coming. I want to cover this right up front, that this is not just another ordinary diet or contest prep meal plan. So I want them to know that this is not more of the same. This is not just more of the same stuff that you've heard already, but this is something different. This is something unique. And then, of course, I get the benefit in there. See, so I could have said, and because the system you're about to hear about is not just another ordinary diet or contest prep meal plan, it works regardless of whether you have any prior competitive experience. I could have said that and it would have been fine, but I said it works to shed fat fast because I'm, again, getting to focus on a benefit, right? That I'm putting the benefit in there, always tying everything back to benefit, 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 benefit. It sheds fat fast, regardless of what. This is the first objection, right? Like, this is one of the questions that they need to know, that they don't have to have any prior competitive experience. Also, second one, doesn't matter how long they've been training. And third one, doesn't matter if they've struggled in the past to get super lean. Now I said, and regardless of any prior struggles you may have had. I said that in this context because I'm not sure if they've competed before, I'm not sure if they've dieted before, I'm not sure if they've tried to get lean before. So if I said, and regardless of your prior struggles, or regardless of any prior struggles you had getting lean, if they never tried to get lean, then there would have been a disconnect there. So that's why I said you may have had, because maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Now over here is where we go into the reason why. This is the problem. Like, why do you need to pay attention to what you're going to hear? I say, look, when you begin getting ready for your figure or fitness competition, it's no secret that it's essential you choose and use the proper fat-burning method, diet structure, and nutrient coordination for your body. So your body sheds fat all over while it maintains your hard-earned muscle shape and tone. So, a lot of stuff going on here. Number one is this phrase right here. It's no secret that. See, so what this implies is that everything else that comes after this is accepted as a fact already. That everybody already knows that it's essential you choose and use the proper fat burning method, right? Like, what this is doing is this is presenting something that without this phrase, this becomes a claim. So if I just said, look, when getting ready for your figure or fitness competition, it's essential you choose and use the proper fat burning method. If I would have just said that, then this becomes a claim. But because I said, look, when you begin getting ready for your figure, it's no secret that it's essential you choose and use. This is presenting this as an implied fact. And so it makes it more likely for this to be accepted as a fact rather than a claim. And so it makes it so that I really don't need to offer proof because it's being presented as if everybody already knows this, right? Like this is already accepted. And so what it does is subconsciously it gets prospects to accept what's coming next as fact. So it's no secret and then fact, right? Now, again, this was one of the things that they needed to believe. So if we look over here and we go to things they need to believe right here, and let me see, that getting lean enough to compete successfully in a figure competition is based largely on the diet plan you follow. Like if you look at these beliefs, you're going to see in a second, the wrong diet plan can actually slow your metabolism down by causing you to lose muscle. Following another person's nutrition plan doesn't guarantee your success. There's proven science. You'll see all of these beliefs covered in the rest of this video. But so over here, right, it's no secret that it's essential you choose and use the proper fat burning method, diet structure, and nutrient coordination. Now, the reason why I said this is because I didn't want to just say it's no secret that it's essential you choose the right diet, because then that positions what I'm talking about as dieting. So in order to keep it as unique, something different, I said it's essential that you choose and use the proper fat burning method, diet structure, and nutrient coordination for your body. This is all really one thing. And the reason why it's essential is so your body sheds fat all over while it maintains your heart and muscle shape and tone. Now, understand, this is addressing a fear and or a concern that fitness competitors have, which is your body sheds fat all over, right? This is a new thing that we just introduced, all over, because the fear is that they will have certain areas of their body where they'll be soft. They'll hold body fat in their glutes, their butt or their lower abdomen, or whatever it may be, right? And so that they won't lose fat, evenly. That they'll have certain weak areas. So this is addressing, right? So we're introducing something new here. So your body sheds fat all over, getting prospects to nod their head in agreement, like, yeah, that's right, I do want that. And the other fear is losing their muscle, losing their tone, losing the definition that they had when starting their pre-contest approach, because the diet is just too aggressive or something like that. So, right, it's essential that you choose the proper plan so that your body sheds fat all over while it maintains your hard-earned muscle, shape, and tone. This is one of those get agreement up front. Now, and so, look, it's essential that you choose. And then I re-emphasize, right? I'm sure you already know, kind of drilling home the point again, that getting lean enough and toned enough to compete successfully in a figure or fitness competition is based largely on the diet and fat burning plan you follow, right? Look. Getting lean enough to compete figure is largely based on the diet plan you follow. It's almost word for word, right? I say diet and fat burning plan because, again, I don't want to just talk about diet. And it's this phrase, I'm sure you already know that what follows after this makes a prospect think, I should know this, right? Like people know this already. This is already accepted as fact, as accurate, right? Then I go into the wrong plan and approach for getting lean and into contest shape can not only prevent you from obtaining the toned, lean, athletic look you need when standing under the stage lights come contest day, it can actually damage your metabolism long term and perpetually leave your body in a state where it actually fights to hold on to your body's fat stores. So, look. Next, the wrong diet plan can actually slow your metabolism down by causing you to lose muscle. That's what I'm introducing here, right? And look at the flow. Look, let me just go back a second. Look, when you begin getting ready for your figure or fitness competition, it's no secret that it's essential you choose and use the proper fat burning method, diet structure, and nutrient coordination for your body. So your body sheds fat all over while it maintains your hard-earned muscle, shape, and tone. Now, I'm sure you already know that getting lean enough and toned enough to compete successfully in a figure or fitness competition is based largely on the diet and fat burning plan you follow. The wrong plan and approach for getting lean and into contest shape can not only prevent you from obtaining the toned, lean, athletic look you need when standing under the stage lights come contest day, it can actually damage your metabolism long term and perpetually leave you in a state where it actually fights to hold on to your body's fat stores. Right? See how it flows? It's not like I'm just dumping it. It flows. But you see how I'm addressing their beliefs. Like, because they have to believe that the most important, that it's essential. They have to believe that in order to get lean enough, that it's based on the right plan. They have to believe that the wrong plan can do damage. And so, look, I say it can not only prevent you from obtaining the toned, lean, athletic look. Now I say something a little different, right? Repetition, but without saying the same thing over and over again. So rather than saying nice definition, I'll use a different, that athletic look, right, that you need, and now I'll paint a picture when standing under the stage lights come contest day. So you can picture that in your mind, right? That's the type of statement that you can create a vision, you can create an image of in your mind. You need when standing under the stage lights come contest day, right? It can actually damage your metabolism long term and perpetually leave your body in a state where it actually fights to hold on to your body's fat stores. So why did I introduce that? Well, I introduced that because it's a second fear, right? The first fear is not having that toned, lean, athletic look when they get on stage. But not only that, then on top of that, and not doing well in your contest, but actually then damaging your metabolism. So after your contest, right, your body is now in a state where it actually fights to hold on to your body's fat stores, meaning like you're worse off afterwards. Now, what I do is, this is a claim, right? Remember, you've heard me talk about before, when you introduce a claim, you've got to introduce proof. So the wrong plan and approach for getting lean can do blah, blah, blah. That's a claim. So I say, now I introduce proof. In fact, listen to what journalist, certified fitness professional, and ISSA certified sports nutritionist Angelique Millis, one of the most popular fitness nutritionists on the internet, recently said about what following the wrong plan can do to your body. Quote, you will only end up harming your body, and any weight that you manage to lose will only come back to haunt you double time. Your body will go out of whack and go into survival mode by going after your muscle tone, not the fat, and will only leave you feeling weak and skinny fat. Right? So this is proof point that I got from a legitimate trainer on the internet, from a legitimate article, quoted her, put that in there, and it reinforced to show my point. So I made a claim, and then I backed it up with a proof point. So you can't deny, right? Like if you're a prospect, you can't deny that what I said is the truth, because here's the proof point. Now, I'm sure I could have probably, gone and gotten another proof point. I probably could have said as well, listen to what, blah, blah, blah said, and then given another proof point if I wanted. But I felt like this was a pretty strong quote, really addressed what it is that I was saying right here. Now, what I'm doing is I am so now what I'm doing is, look, I'm going to show you something. Now I am, right, the reason why, providing proof. Now I'm going to aggravate the problem. Like now I'm going to take it to the extreme. So check this out. Now I paint a picture, right? So I just made this claim. The wrong plan can do blah, blah, blah. Here's proof. Listen to what this top nutritionist has to say. Now I say, just imagine it for 1 second. This whole little story right here is really designed to scare the prospect, right? This is what the prospect doesn't want to have experience, doesn't want to experience. Just imagine it for 1 second. The word imagine gets people to, right, like their mind's eye. They're going to see this in their mind's eye. A fitness competitor who has a nicely toned and muscular figure prior to dieting for her competition. She chooses to follow a typical pre-contest meal plan outlined in one of the muscle magazines or recommended by some trainer in the gym. She follows the plan for 10 to 12 weeks, and come contest day, she ends up looking thin and drawn. Her muscles are flat, and she has several areas that look soft and even flabby. And then, when she gets back to her regular exercise and eating, she ends up getting puffy, has a softer appearance, and now struggles to regain her once toned and muscular figure. So this is now taking what it is that I said, taking the proof, and giving a picture of it, right? So we're aggravating, we're pouring salt into the wound, so to speak. Now, there's a couple things, right? I said a fitness competitor who has a nicely toned and muscular figure prior to dieting for a competition. This might be what these women are like. These women might be in good shape, toned and muscular right now. And here's what the average woman does, the typical fitness competitor does. She chooses to follow a typical pre-contest meal plan outlined in one of the muscle magazines or recommended by some trainer in the gym, right? This is what I have to associate this, which is the only other option that prospects have, with the negative outcome. So I say, typical fitness competitor, she chooses to follow a typical plan or one recommended, and she follows it like a good competitor, for 10 to 12 weeks, putting in the time, putting in 2-3 months, and the result, will come contest day, she ends up looking thin and drawn. Her muscles are flat. She has several areas that look soft and even flabby, right? And look, we're introducing new words here, right? That you can, right? She ends up looking thin, drawn. Her muscles are flat. She has several areas that look soft, and even flabby. All words that she does not want, that the prospect does not want to be associated with. And I'm saying all this. I'm connecting all of this with this right here, that she chooses to follow, right? Because this is her other option. And so we want to get rid of that option. And so we're very subtly claiming that. So I got to have proof. So I start off with fact is. I even say this is a fact. Fact is, it only takes a few minutes perusing a fitness forum on a site like bodybuilding.com to see dozens of examples of women who followed a traditional pre-contest diet or nutrition plan, ended up losing muscle and tone come contest day, and are now struggling with a metabolism much more prone to fat storage and a physique much less responsive to their weight training. So look, I basically said, I offered this as proof by basically saying, like, look, you don't believe me? Just go here and take a peek. If you want the proof, if you want to see the evidence, just go here and take a peek. Peruse any of these fitness forum on a site like this, and you're going to see dozens of examples. Dozens of examples of what? Women who followed a traditional pre-contest diet or nutrition plan. This is the same, right? This is the same, connecting it to what we talked about earlier, right? The trying to show them that this is not the way to go. We don't want them to use a traditional pre-contest diet or nutrition plan. We want them in their mind to associate this with bad things. What things? Losing muscle, losing tone, struggling with a metabolism more prone to fat storage. And you can look again from repetition. If you look over here, when she gets back to her regular exercise and eating, she ends up getting puffy, has a softer appearance, and now struggles to regain her once toned and muscular figure. This now struggles to regain her once toned and muscular figure. This is, I'm repeating this, but I'm saying it differently, right? Now struggling with a metabolism much more prone to fat storage and a physique much less responsive to their weight training. It's just the same thing. I'm saying the same thing, but I'm saying it differently, right? Repetition. Repetition, driving home the same main idea without saying the same thing over and over. Then I say, obviously, this is the last thing that you want to have happen to you and your body. Yet, sacrificing muscle size and tone and negatively impacting metabolic rate and function are common outcomes for lots of competitors when following most traditional pre-contest plans. So, same thing, sacrificing muscle size and tone, negatively impacting metabolic rate and function. Same thing, saying the same thing, just saying it differently. Now, right, we just aggravated the problem. Now I'm going to introduce the mechanism. What is the mechanism in this case? It is the scientific method of metabolic stimulation, or what we're calling metabolic stimulation. So I say, fortunately, there's a little known scientifically based fat burning method that you can use to get super lean while increasing your muscle tone and size and ensure your metabolism keeps cranking both before and after your contest. So notice also how this is benefit, right? It's big. I'm now throwing them the life raft. So, right, remember how you heard me say that all of this is marketing. We're not even talking about our product yet. We're not even introducing our product. We are driving home, we drove home the hook, right? The promise, the reason why you need to pay attention. We provided some proof of why, that it's so, it's the most important element. We aggravated the problem, that imagine going through and dieting for 2 months, 3 months and showing up having a bad contest experience and then damaging your metabolism and looking worse afterwards, right? So we get them to the point where they're like, well, what do I do? Now we throw them a life raft by introducing the mechanism, not the solution, the mechanism. And so in this case, here it is. Fortunately, there's a little known scientifically based fat burning method that you can use to get super lean while increasing your muscle tone and size and ensure your metabolism keeps cranking both before and after your contest. And notice in here, so we're starting to introduce, there's a little known scientifically based fat burning method, right? So now this is, you're going to see how I expand on this in a second. And and probably what I will do is change this to say, fortunately, there's a little known scientifically based fat burning method that gets you super lean while it increases your muscle tone and size and ensures your metabolism keeps cranking both before and after. And so let me just see something here. I'm going to say this, that pluralize. Let's do this. So that I go back and do that. Now, right, so fortunately there's a scientifically based fat burning method that does this for you. This is the benefit, this is the payoff, right? So let's do this and just say that's the payoff right there. This way, now here I'm piling on the benefits. This way, using this little known pre-contest method, you get in fantastic shape for your upcoming contest, get extremely lean and toned enough to compete successfully, and walk away with not only the pride of a great accomplishment and a great showing, but also a tighter, more toned, and more muscular figure you can maintain long term, even with a regular non-pre-contest exercise and nutritional approach. Benefit, payoff, outcome, right? Look, you get into fantastic shape for your upcoming contest. That's ultimately what they want. You get extremely lean and toned enough to compete successfully. Now we're bringing it, up a notch, right, to compete successfully, and we're introducing another benefit. And you walk away with not only the pride, right, being proud of a great accomplishment and proud of a great showing, meaning doing great at the contest, but the afterwards, but also a tighter, more toned, and more muscular figure that you can maintain long term, even with a regular non-pre-contest exercise and nutritional approach. So look at, right, like just look at in the scheme of things. Big benefit. Get super lean while increasing your muscle tone and size. Ensure your metabolism keeps cranking. You get into fantastic shape for your upcoming contest. Get extremely lean and toned enough. See how it's, again, repetition without saying the same thing. It's repetition without being repetitive is the key. Now we really begin to dive into this mechanism, right? Introducing this mechanism. The scientific method I'm referring to is called metabolic stimulation. Now you'll notice over here that I'm not referring to our product. I'm referring to what our product gives them. So what I'm doing right here is I'm selling them on the mechanism that the product is based on, right? So the scientific method I'm referring to is called metabolic stimulation, and it's nothing like the traditional diet plans many first-time competitors are told to use, right? This statement right here, and it's nothing like the traditional diet plans, because again, still conveying this is different. This is something different. And so then I say over here, I open a loop, right? So the scientific method I'm referring to is called metabolic stimulation, and it's nothing like the traditional diet plans many first-time competitors are told to use. In fact, I'll tell you what makes it so different from the ordinary traditional pre-contest diet plans and exactly how it works to quickly get you in shape, how it works to quickly get you into shape. I'll tell you what makes it so different in just a minute. This is opening a loop. First, let me tell you why metabolic stimulation is so effective at stripping fat off your body while increasing your muscle tone and cranking up your metabolic rate. So check this out, right? So it's nothing like the traditional diet plans, right? This is different, something new, something different, and I'm going to tell you what makes it so different from the ordinary plans in just a minute. Now look at how this is said over here, the second part, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it works to quickly get you into contest shape, right? In order to even accept this sentence, I'm going to tell you how it works, not if it works, how it works, right? In order to even accept this in your mind as a prospect, you have to accept the fact that it does work quickly, right? This is what's called a presupposition. It presupposes, if I'm going to tell you exactly how it works to quickly get to quickly get you into contest shape, that presupposes that it works to get you into contest shape. Right? So in order to say, yeah, I'd like to know how it works to quickly get me into contest shape, you have to subconsciously accept the fact that it does in fact work to get you into contest shape. Subtle, but this is one of the things that I teach in one of my advanced email copy and persuasion trainings, right? So exactly how it works. Subtle but powerful, right? Now first, let me tell you why metabolic stimulation is so effective at stripping fat off your body while increasing your muscle tone and cranking up your metabolic rate. This is another presupposition, right? Because what I'm saying is, let me tell you why, right? Why it is so effective. Well, in order for you to even contemplate why it's so effective, you've got to accept the fact that it is so effective at stripping off fat for your body while increasing your muscle tone and cranking up your metabolic rate, right? Like, you can't process this without accepting the rest, without accepting that it is so effective at stripping off fat. So again, first, let me tell you why metabolic stimulation is so effective at stripping fat off your body while increasing your muscle tone and cranking up your metabolic rate. Unlike traditional pre-contest, right, contrasting it with their other option. Unlike traditional pre-contest diet plans that focus on starving the fat off your body, I'm introducing a word that nobody likes, starving, right? Negative word, associating it with the traditional pre-contest plans. So unlike traditional pre-contest diet plans that focus on starving the fat off your body while simply trying to hold on to existing muscle, metabolic stimulation increases your muscle building metabolic activity, which in turn cranks up your body's use of stored fat as fuel by keeping your body in a muscle building and toning state instead of the typical pre-contest starvation state. So what this is doing is this is offering proof for this statement, right? Why is this so effective? because here, the reason why it's effective is because unlike traditional pre-contest diet plans that focus on this, what metabolic stimulation does is this. So this functions as a proof point for this statement right here. As well, we are right. So we've got this negative, starving the fat off your body while simply trying to hold on to existing muscle, right? Well, metabolic stimulation increases your muscle building metabolic activity. So this is, if you will, a new benefit, right? Like, or a new feature, but you'll see how it brings in a new benefit in just a second. It increases your muscle building metabolic activity, which in turn cranks up your body's use of stored body fat as fuel. Another way of saying what we've said. Another way of saying it cranks up your metabolism. It speeds up your metabolism. Just another way to say the same thing. By keeping your body in a muscle building and toning state instead of the typical pre-contest, there it is again, starvation state. Instead of the typical starvation state. Also, you'll notice how it says, again, the pluralizing of the verb. Metabolic stimulation increases your muscle building activity, which in turn cranks up your body's use of stored fat as fuel. And how does it do that? This is kind of proof for this, right? By keeping your body in a muscle building and toning state instead of. So all of this again, saying, like, going back to all of this is being done by metabolic stimulation. Not you having to do it, not you having to diet it off, not you having to do a ton of cardio, but it's this metabolic stimulation method that will do all this for you. And here's how it works. You see, a metabolic stimulation plan is not a diet that requires you to starve off fat. It's a specific method that stimulates your metabolism in a specific way that makes your body extremely efficient at using your body's fat stores for fuel, so your body sheds subcutaneous and intramuscular fat, that's fat under the skin and fat inside your muscle, rapidly and at a high rate. See how we're, again, repetition, just without being repetitive. Now we kind of get more scientific, right? Sheds subcutaneous and intramuscular fat. Why didn't I just say it sheds fat under your skin and fat inside your muscle? Because these kind of scientific words add credibility to, right? It seems scientific. It gives more credibility, like, oh, this guy must know what he's talking about because this is, these are scientific terms. And so, again, it's not a diet that requires you to starve off fat. First of all, saying it's not a diet, quote unquote, right? And it's not a plan that requires you to starve off fat. There's that nasty word again. I say it's a specific method, right? So they need to know this specific method that stimulates your metabolism in a specific way, right? That makes your body, and here is kind of a benefit, if you will. It makes, there it is again, plural, makes your body extremely efficient at using your body's fat stores for fuel, right? So what's the ultimate benefit, right? Like it's almost like this is the feature. The feature is that it is it's a specific method that the feature is it stimulates your metabolism in a specific way. The advantage is that so it makes your body extremely efficient at using your body's fat stores for fuel. And the benefit is so your body sheds subcutaneous and intramuscular fat rapidly and at a high rate. And look, here it is again, sheds. Your body sheds, not you shed, not you burn, but your body sheds because of this specific method. See how this is all starting to kind of, we're really laying it on. Now I say, let me quickly tell you the science behind how and why this works. Now again, this is a presupposition. This presupposes that this works. Right? Because in order for you to even contemplate, how does this work? Right? Or why does this work? You have to accept that this works. So this is a presupposition. Let me quickly tell you the science behind how and why this works. Then I'll tell you how you can start using metabolic stimulation yourself. So I open up another loop. So you see how over here I say, right? First, let me tell you why metabolic stimulation is so effective at stripping fat off your body, right? So over here, I open up a loop, Right? I'll tell you what makes it so different and exactly how it works to get you into contest shape in just a minute. First, let me tell you why it's so effective. So I open up a loop, and then down here, over here, we close the loop. We finished up telling them everything we promised them. And then I open up another loop, right? Let me quickly tell you the science behind. Then I'll tell you how you can start using metabolic stimulation yourself. So this is an open loop, right? How you can start using metabolic stimulation yourself. And this sentence, then I'll tell you how you can start using metabolic stimulation yourself, is alluding to our product. Is alluding to the fact that I'm going to introduce what I'm referring to here is the fact that in a minute I'm going to introduce you to our product that teaches you everything you need to know. So I say, right, let me quickly tell you the science behind how and why this works. Then I'll tell you how you can start using metabolic stimulation yourself. Scientifically, the reason why metabolic stimulation works, right? The reason why it works. Hammering over and over again in their mind the fact that this works. The reason why metabolic stimulation works so well for women who want to get in shape for an upcoming fitness or figure competition is, there it is, because, so now this is, right, like the proof. I made this thing, like the reason why it works so well, presupposition. In order to understand the reason why, you've got to accept the fact that it works so well for women. See how those presuppositions are some of the most powerful ways of using, NLP. And you don't even need to know NLP. I've only read a couple of books on NLP, done a little bit of studying of NLP, but it's just it's a way to kind of get the subconscious mind of your prospects to accept certain statements without realizing it, because it's packaged in this case, in a presupposition, right? So the reason why it works so well for women is because it increases your body's percentage of metabolically active tissue every week. Metabolically active tissue, kind of a fancy scientific credible sounding phrase. It increases your body's percentage of metabolically active tissue every week, forcing your metabolism to become more and more efficient at burning fat as fuel, both at rest and during your training sessions, and almost perpetually puts your body into a fat-burning, muscle-preserving metabolic state. Right? Like, so this is giving, why does this work? Why is it so effective? And it is all throughout here. It is kind of offering proof with science for what is being presented. And then it goes into, right, like, see it, show the benefits, which we've been doing. Look at this. I say, right, so it almost perpetually puts your body into a fat-burning, muscle-preserving metabolic state. The science behind it. So the outcome for you is, and this should be like a ... over here, an ellipsis. The outcome for you is, come contest day, this is the payoff now. You're super lean, toned, and your muscles are round and shapely. Your metabolism is cranking, so you're actually able to eat more and more food leading up to the competition. Your energy levels are actually higher than prior to your pre-contest prep, and your body looks fantastic with the exact type of package the fitness judges are looking for. Right? And so look at how that reads, right? So I say, over here, let's see, scientifically, the reason why metabolic stimulation works so well for women who want to get in shape for an upcoming fitness or figure competition is because it increases your bodies. First of all, I also say your, not like I'm bringing it home to them. It increases, and there's pluralizing of the verb again. I didn't say use this to, increase your bodies. It's it increases, it doing the work, increases your body's percentage of metabolically active tissue every week, forcing your metabolism to become more and more efficient at burning fat as fuel, both at rest, right now a new element, both at rest and just jacking it up a notch, and almost perpetually puts your body into a fat-burning, muscle-preserving metabolic state. An exciting way of saying some of the same things that have already been said. So the outcome for you is, come contest day, you're super lean. Now I'm saying it as if it's present time, like present day, right? The outcome for you, come contest day, you're super lean, toned, and your muscles are round and shapely. Your metabolism is cranking, so you're actually able, right? Your metabolism is cranking, super lean, toned, and your muscles are round and shapely. Right now, Another benefit, your metabolism is great, so you're actually able to eat more and more food leading up to the competition, overcoming the objection or concern that I'm going to need to starve myself, right? Your energy levels are actually higher than prior to your pre-contest prep. This is because I knew that through research that one of the objections was that their diet would cause them to have low energy, that they'd be exhausted, that they wouldn't be able to work or take care of their kids or their responsibilities. So your energy levels are actually higher than prior to your pre-contest prep. This isn't only eliminating the objection. This is actually promising an additional benefit. This isn't saying you'll maintain your energy. This is like, look, your energy levels are going to be higher than prior to your pre-contest prep, and your body looks fantastic with the exact type of package the fitness judges are looking for. A lot of implied, implications there, right? Now what we're going to do is introduce the solution, our solution. If that sounds like the competitive experience and outcome you want, then let me quickly tell you about something called the metabolic stimulation system. Now look at this. This is another example of if, then. If you want this, if what I just said to you, that picture that I just painted, sounds like the competitive experience and outcome you want, well, then let me tell you about this, the metabolic stimulation system. Now we're talking about the product. Now we're going into the sales phase of the video, the metabolic stimulation system. So before we were talking about metabolic stimulation, right? That was the scientific method, the mechanism that we sold them on, and why that's a better mechanism, a better method to use than just the typical traditional dieting approach that most women use. Now we're introducing them to our product, which is called the metabolic stimulation system. Here, it's a complete and comprehensive multimedia package that walks you through each and every piece and step of implementing metabolic stimulation for your body, getting you an incredible condition for your fitness or figure competition. Now, because the guarantee is so strong, I wanted to introduce it early. And so typically I wouldn't introduce the guarantee here, but because we're just going with a crazy bold guarantee, I wanted to introduce it very early. So here I say it's a complete and comprehensive multimedia package that walks you through each and every piece and step of implementing metabolic stimulation for your body, getting you in incredible condition. And I'm so confident the metabolic stimulation system will get you into peak contest shape in under just 77 days that I'll even let you try out the whole thing risk-free. That's right, just use the entire thing to get prepared for your contest, and if it doesn't get you into incredible contest condition, the best condition you've ever been in, it won't cost you a dime, right? And so I first introduced this risk reversal statement. Now I go back and, reiterate this a couple of times, but so I introduce it right here. Now, and then I go on to say, and let me just say this, that, right, specific. This isn't just like a, hey, try it if you don't love it. It's like, look, it'll get you, big, bold promise. It'll get you into peak condition, peak contest shape in under 77 days, right? You could try out the whole thing for the 77 days. Use it to get prepared for your contest. And if it doesn't get you in incredible contest condition, the best condition you've ever been in, then it won't cost you a dime, right? So bold guarantee, which you'll see more in a second. Now, before telling you everything you get, there's one thing I need you to be aware of. This program was not designed to be fun. It was designed to strip fat off your body for your figure competition in the shortest period of time possible while enhancing your muscle size, shape, and tone and keeping your metabolism churning. So if you're just looking to compete and are not really serious about winning or getting into the best shape of your life, then this program is not for you. If, on the other hand, you're serious about looking your best come contest day and you're you're serious about competing and doing well, then the metabolic stimulation system is for you. So what's that all about? Well, if we look over here, you can see that was, where is it now? That was the damaging admission. This program was not designed to be fun. It was designed to strip fat off your body. So look, you heard me say that the damaging admission, it needs to be something that isn't a deal breaker, right? So no fitness competitor, serious competitor, is looking for a diet that's fun, because there is no such thing as a diet that's fun unless it's a binging diet. And so I just say, like, look, this program wasn't designed to be fun. So that's not a deal breaker, right? Because no true fitness competitor, no serious athlete is looking for a plan simply based on how fun it is, right? And so I say, look, it's not this. It was designed to do this. So it's being presented as a damaging admission. It's being presented as a confession, but yet what I'm confessing makes it more exciting. I'm confessing that, look, man, this thing was designed to strip fat off your body for your competition in the shortest period of time possible while enhancing your muscle size, shape, and tone and keeping your metabolism churning. Like, look, if you're just looking to compete and aren't really serious about winning or getting into the best shape of your life, then this program's not for you, right? But if, on the other hand, you are serious about looking your best come contest day and you're serious about competing and doing well, then the metabolic stimulation system is for you. So see how I introduced a damaging admission to make everything else that I'm saying more credible. I'm confessing something that I don't have to confess, right? To the prospect, it seems like, well, why would he introduce that? Why would he say that? Maybe, obviously he's authentic if he's admitting a flaw, admitting a negative. If he's willing to admit a negative, then he must be telling the truth with everything else. Just so happens that the way this flaw is admitted, it's not really, it's not really a big deal. So I say, so let me tell you what you get today with this package. Now, look, this is assumptive. This is assuming that they're going to get it. I didn't say, let me tell you what you can get. Well, let me tell you what you might get. I didn't say, if you decide to buy today, this is what you'll get. I just said, so let me tell you what you get today with this package, assuming that they're going to buy. First off, the metabolic stimulation system isn't just a little ebook or PDF. Now, I said this because this is a differentiating factor. So this is something different, right? So, like, again, if we go over here and you look at differentiation, you'll see not just an ebook, multimedia, right? And it's not just a diet plan. You've already heard me say that before, right? It's not just someone's rehashed diet program. Like, you'll see how I start to introduce these differentiating factors in here. It's not just a little ebook or PDF. It includes video, audio, a manual, easy reference cheat sheet, and calendar that holds your hand day by day. So I'm already differentiating what this is all about just in the deliverables, just in the features of the actual product. I say, day by day. With the metabolic stimulation system, or MSS training video, you get a detailed breakdown, piece by piece and step by step, of how to quickly get started burning fat like crazy with metabolic stimulation. Now, by the end of your training video, giving them ownership. By the end of your training video, you'll know exactly how to use metabolic stimulation, so as long as you follow the simple instructions, you're guaranteed to show up in phenomenal contest shape in just 77 days max. Again, benefit. Even though I'm talking about a feature, even though I'm talking about this training video, and I'm talking about that it holds your hand, it gives you step by step, it shows you how to get started burning fat like crazy, right, with metabolic stimulation, but then it goes into the payoff. Benefit, right? Always a benefit. By the end of your training video, you'll know exactly how to use this as long as you follow the simple instructions. And I'm able to say, like, simple instructions, right? You're guaranteed to show up in phenomenal contest shape in just 77 days max. As well, if you prefer to listen to audio, whether it be in your car, on your mobile phone, or while you're doing your cardio, right? While you're doing your cardio, something that, like their verbiage, what they would say, what was said in the forums, what was said in the articles while doing your cardio. I didn't say while doing your cardiovascular activity. I said while doing your cardio, what they would say. You also get a complete, so if you prefer to listen to audio, whether it be in your car, while you're doing your cardio, you also get a complete audio version of the entire MSS training. This way, a benefit of this. Anywhere, anytime, you can listen to it at your convenience. And if instead you prefer to read rather than listening to an audio or watching a video, you also get the MSS manual, which is a word-for-word breakdown of the entire metabolic stimulation system, This way, whatever your preferred method of getting the details on metabolic stimulation, you have it at your disposal with the metabolic stimulation system, right? So this is what would happen is we would have somebody record the video, or we would record the video, extract out the audio, and then have the audio transcribed, and that's how we would get this, and this. The fourth component you get is the MSS cheat sheet. This is a simple one-page document you can refer to anytime to make sure you reap the full fat-burning effects and benefits of the system. You can print this sheet out and hang it on your fridge, right? And you can picture that in your mind's eye, or you can use it as the background image on your mobile phone for even easier reference. Now, this should be over here. I'm going to have to fix this. Let me just see this. The fifth component you get is the MSS calendar, which gives you a complete 77-day breakdown of what to do each day leading up to your fitness or figure contest. So, payoff. So you show up with the body and presentation that will make the judges take immediate notice of you. Look at this. This is right. So you show up with the body and presentation, like the package, that will make the judges take immediate notice of you. This is another way of saying, right, so that you'll do well, you'll compete successfully, you'll stand out, you'll be better than everybody else, right? It's another way of saying that. Right? Your MSS calendar holds you by the hand, tells you what to do each day. This way you know exactly what to do each and every day and don't have to worry or think about whether you're doing the right thing to get into fantastic shape. This was an objection, right? You'll know exactly what to do each and every day. That's a concern. Like, what do I do? How do I do it? You won't have to worry, and you won't have to think about whether you're doing the right thing. Like, this is all about peace of mind. This is all about feeling secure that they are using the right approach, that they're not botching it, that they're not making any mistakes, that they're on the right path, they're on the right course. Then I say, this entire package has a true retail value of $97, and that doesn't even include the bonus items you're also going to get that I'll tell you about in just a second. This is a way of kind of opening a loop, right? Like I just alluded to something, these bonus items that you're going to get that I'll tell you about in a second. That opens up a loop. Now, I say now because today I can give you access to everything right away by giving you a digital copy of the entire metabolic stimulation system. There are minimal costs and expenses for me. So I'm able to give you access to the entire package for well below the $97. Now, this is a justification for the price. I'm going to introduce the price now. This is the reason why the price is so low. I say, in fact, today as part of a marketing test, that should be a marketing test, you can grab the entire package, including the video, audio, manual, cheat sheet, and calendar for just one single payment of $29. That's it. Just $29, right? And so I'm doing a couple things here. Like I said, this right here becomes the reason why, right? I gave a reason why. So like I didn't just say, you're not going to pay $97, you're just going to pay $29 today. I gave a reason why, which makes this price point more credible, right? Because this is the reason why. The reason why is because I can give you everything today. I can give you a digital copy. So there are minimal costs and expenses for me, right? And so because of that, I'm able to give it to you for well below $97. In fact, I'm able to give it to you for just $29. That's it. And then I go on to, and let me say this, that I say, in fact, today, as part of a marketing test, so it's because of this, because I can give it to them digital, and as part of a marketing test, you can get it for just $29. Now, this marketing test, right, this implies that this could disappear. This implies that this marketing test can end. This is not going to go on forever. Maybe this price point will go up to $97. Maybe it won't. And that is the case. Maybe we would charge less. Maybe we would charge a little bit more. We'll play around with the price through testing and whatnot. I mean, odds are we're going to keep it, no higher than $29, but we are going to do testing on this. But right, so this is this implied, like, there's the subtle reason to get this now. Then once again, right, I say, now let me just show you this. So see how we introduced the solution, then we went through features, advantages, benefits. Now we revealed the price, and now we're going to do the call to action. But I remind them again, because the guarantee is so good, I say, and remember, you can try out the whole thing risk-free. And if it doesn't get you into incredible contest condition in under 77 days, just shoot me an email and you'll get a complete 100% refund, no questions asked. Call to action. To grab your package, just go ahead and click the orange Add to Cart button below. As soon as you enter your details into the secure form, you'll be given instant access to everything. Then I go into premiums and bonuses. So now, in addition to the main metabolic stimulation system, you're also going to get a couple of really valuable bonuses today. Now look, you're also going to get a couple of really valuable bonuses today. That assumes, this is assumptive language, that assumes that they're going to actually grab their copy of the metabolic stimulation system, right? So in addition to the main system, you're also going to get a couple of really valuable bonuses today. These bonuses aren't available for purchase anywhere else, and these are only given to the fitness competitors using the metabolic stimulation system to dominate their fitness contests, right? So scarcity, equals value, right? Like, in other words, like, this is rare, right? These bonuses aren't available for purchase anywhere else. You can't even buy these, right? And these are only given to fitness competitors using this to dominate their meaning it's only given to buyers, right? So it makes it rare, it makes it scarce. And obviously we know that things that are rare, things that are scarce, have a higher perceived value. Now I go into the first bonus you get is one of the most valuable reports I feel any fitness competitor can have. Now, let me stop for 1 second. I want you to pay attention to how I build up the value of these two bonuses. And you're going to notice something like each one of these bonuses would be something that a fitness competitor would buy, that I could sell, that is cool, different in the marketplace. So check this out, right? The first bonus you get is one of the most valuable reports I feel any fitness competitor can have. It's called First-Time Fitness Competitor Failures, and it's a collection of a half a dozen case studies of real first-time fitness competitors who spent weeks preparing for their first contest only to have a really disappointing experience and placing. You'll hear exactly what they say they did wrong, the mistakes in preparation they made, and most importantly, what they did differently in their second contest to prevent those mistakes that landed all of them a top 3 placing. Now, several $100s were invested in finding these competitors and incentivizing them to not hold back even a single detail. In the future, if I decide to make this report available for purchase, it'll be sold for $49. Today, when you grab your copy of the metabolic stimulation system, you get the entire report instantly and for free. So, couple things. Number one, I would spend money to get these. So I said over here that it's a collection of a half a dozen, 6 case studies. I'd probably spend $50, $70, $100 to get women that I would advertise on one of the forums, or I'd post it in one of the free forums for fitness competitors. I'd find, and I'd say I'm looking for women that the first time they competed as a fitness competitor made a mistake or two that they'd be willing to share about, that caused them to have a bad experience, and they came back and fixed those mistakes in their next contest and did well, right? And so if it cost me $50, $75, even $100 each person, which is very easy to find, that's, you spend $600 to get this bonus. This is an incredibly valuable bonus, right? Like, look, here are women that are just like you, that got ready for a contest, except they did something wrong and they made a mistake in preparation, and that preparation cost them dearly, right? And then they fixed those mistakes and they came back, and in their very next competition, each of them landed a top 3 placing, right? And so this is valuable, and it's built up, right? This is something that legitimately we could sell to fitness competitors. Nobody else is selling anything like this. It's different, it's unique, and it's valuable, right? And then I say the second bonus you get today is called the Secret Fitness Judges Handbook. Now, with this bonus, you get real insider tips on 12 of the subtle cues top fitness judges look for when scoring competitors. You'll hear 4 different judges share the unspoken things they look for from competitors besides physique, posing, and swimsuit. Now, most fitness competitors don't understand there are other subtle pieces that play a role in the score you get. With your copy of the Secret Fitness Judges Handbook, you'll be privy to these things the average competitor will never hear or know. This way, while the metabolic stimulation system takes care of getting you into incredible contest shape, you'll also know the little tiny things to do so you stand out on stage and make the judges pay attention. This type of information is priceless. If it was publicly for sale, at $97, it would be a bargain. Today, when you grab your copy of the metabolic stimulation system, you get the entire Secret Fitness Judges Handbook for free, or I might change this to absolutely free. Right? So what I would do is I would find and I would pay judges. I pay judges to interview them, right? So even if I had to invest, even if I had to pay a judge $50 for 30 minutes, 4 judges, $200, so maybe I invest 50, 300, $500 total to get these. These are incredibly valuable. This is like, this has the perception, the Secret Fitness Judge's Handbook of like insider trading. This is it. When I was thinking this through, I was like, this is the equivalent of insider trading, right? If you were selling stocks, of being able to get insider information that others don't get, knowing the real secret stuff that others don't get in here, right? And creating value, right? Like if it was $97 would be a bargain. Today you get it for free. And then I say combined, these two bonuses alone are easily worth $125 to $150. Again, today you get both absolutely free with your copy of the Metabolic Stimulation System, and all for just one payment of $29. Now we've got the second call to action. So to grab your package and the 2 free bonuses, just go ahead and click the orange Add to Cart button. As soon as you enter your details into the secure form, you'll begin given instant access to everything. Now over here, I go into the urgency reminder, future pace, and then the final call to action. So I say, look, I'm not sure how long I'm going to offer this package at just $29. Or, so that's one reason to respond now. Second reason is, or if I'll continue to offer all of the different components, let alone the 2 bonuses at no extra fee. So if you want to get everything I said and get it all for just $29, now truly is the time for you. That's the urgency reminder. That's where the urgency is built in, right? I didn't say there are only 3 copies left or whatnot. I built in real urgency by making them think, right? Maybe I could lose. Now I'm going to future pace. So if you want to get everything I said and get it all for just $29, now truly is the time for you. Look, if you're serious about having one of the leanest and most toned bodies on stage, and you want to truly step on stage with confidence, knowing you look great, with pride in your condition and what you accomplished, as an inspiration to others and the envy of your friends, there's no single better method or program you can follow than the Metabolic Stimulation System. There's no need to gamble with your hard-earned muscle, your body fat levels, or your metabolism, and there's no reason to put yourself at risk of having an embarrassing experience at your fitness competition by following one of those generic pre-contest diet plans. Simply grab your Metabolic Stimulation System today and let it go to work for you, getting you pro-level lean and into winning contest shape in just 77 days. So go ahead, click the orange Add to Cart button below, and I look forward to seeing your winning pictures, and that should be from your next fitness competition. So you see how, right, like I ended with, urgency, urgency build, future pace. Like, look, you serious about having one of the most lean and, leanest and most toned bodies on stage, right? You want to truly step on stage with confidence, knowing that you look great, with pride, being proud of your condition and what you accomplished, right? Being an inspiration to others and envy and the envy of your friends, right? Like, these are deeper emotions. These are deeper benefits. And these come from right here, right? Look, feel great about what you've accomplished, have pride in your condition, envy of your friends, be an inspiration to others, get in the best shape of your life, right? All these things, knowing you look great, with pride in your condition, as an inspiration to others and the envy of your friends. There's no single better method than this program. Then it's, look, don't gamble, right, with your hard-earned muscle, your body fat levels, your metabolism. There's no need to put yourself at risk of having, an embarrassing experience, right? Like, this is, right? It's kind of generates gut-level emotion by following one of those generic pre-contest plans. Simply, here, do this. You don't want that? Here's how you solve it. Simply grab your Metabolic Stimulation System today and let it go to work for you. It goes to work for you, right? Getting you pro-level lean and into winning contest shape in just 77 days. Ending with the promise that we started with over here somewhere. Pro-level lean and into winning contest shape. All right? With the final call to action. Go ahead, click the orange Add to Cart button below, and I look forward to seeing your winning pictures from your next fitness competition. And there you go. And so that's the dissection. And so in the next video, what you'll see, in the next update video, what you'll see is the slide presentation. And I'm probably in the next update video for you going to show you the slides. I'll show you the actual video, the keynote slides, and how I've broken it down, and why I bold certain words, and how I break down the sentences, as well as I'm going to show you the audio, and we'll probably just break down that entire like video construction. And so there you have it.